When you think of art, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Maybe a painting, a book, or a drawing. For some, that may be their art. Photographers take pictures, videographers take videos, and animators make animations. Such is the case of one Josiahs. He is a rising senior at Northwood High, and he takes his art to the world of stop-motion animation.
My name is Josiahs Herra. I'm from Herra, California, and I've been doing stop motion / animation for about 6 years now.
Like many aspiring artists, Josiahs found his inspiration on the internet through videos found online in stop-motion shorts.
I watch these old videos from my YouTuber called Forest Fairy, and he make little brick films. And I also fell in love with the movie Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I wanted to repeat that style of animation.
Josiahs has been working hard on his pursuit as an animator, always striving to improve and find bigger and better styles. Outside of stop motion, he's a digital animator and an avid filmmaker.
Well, it wouldn't be digital stop motion, it'd be regular 2D animation. So I would sketch out little characters and make little storyboards, and whatever pops in my mind, I just write it down. And then once I get home, I go on my computer, I set up the background, I set up the characters, and just begin to animate what I can.
Over the years, he started to get more into stop motion, as he started to reach out to other animators and explore different careers that come out of animation.
I plan on hopefully one day working for an animation studio or a stop motion studio. Lakai Films. Lakai Films has a stop motion studio, or even Adult Swim. That'd be a dream.
A reason a lot of people pursue their hobby is because of the people that help them along the way and inspire them, and Josiahs was lucky enough to have people with him.
Well, my grandfather was an actor in the old country, and seeing his films kind of inspired me, because if he was able to do it back then, I can still do it now.
Josiahs had a little bit of that acting genetics in him too.
When I make a stop motion, I guess it depends on the emotion I'm feeling. If I'm angry, I'll brutalize the poor character. If I'm happy, I'll make a cool little comedy story. I want to create that specific character, and what's in there I want to put that specific character into.
One thing Josiahs had was control, but it wasn't always like that. A couple years ago, his grandfather passed.
Well, why him? He still was relatively young. I mean, he was old, but if someone dies, you can't die with them. And I know if he was still here, he would smack me for moping around. You just have to move on at a certain point. What was happening in the real world, I didn't have a control over. I couldn't take control of my life. Things were falling apart. And with stop motion and animation, I was able to create these characters and create my own story. And you just have to compensate for how I can't control my actual story.
He quickly began to learn that maybe sitting around and filtering his emotions through his characters wasn't the best way to cope with his barriers, so he decided to take action.
Well, after a couple years, I had to realize that this is fake, that this is just a hobby. Well, not just a hobby, but just an escape. And I have to balance the fake world that I create with the real world, and have to deal with both. I can't just go and hide in my room and make animations. I have to go out and face the real world.
Over the years, he used this method of balance to be able to show others how he feels, to let them better understand how they can help.
I feel like I've grown a lot. Throughout time you gotta mature. You can't just be in that little kid mind. You can't just go, when things don't go away, you can't just go hide in your room. So I feel like I'm at a part right now where I have a healthy balance between my hobbies, between my friends, between my family, and between my work as well.
Everyone needs something that motivates them, and it can be the tiniest of things. But one thing is for sure, you can never give up. This was Logan Hogue, and we are on to the next segment.